Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Ashley. I'm a YouTuber based in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. And guys, as you can see by this video, is a sensitive video, kind of. I don't know what the title of the video will be yet as of now, because it's more like an impromptu video. It just occurred to me to film this kind of video this morning because of the kind of conversation I had with a friend last night. And so I don't know what the title will be yet, and I'm going to try and be careful with my words so that, you know, the video doesn't get taken down or something. But I surfed through the internet on my way here. I'm in church, by the way. I have like a love feast meeting with a group of women in church, and as usual, I mean, the meeting is for 1 p.m. and this is 1:30, and I'm here waiting. So I thought, since I have time on my hands, I don't know what the rest of the day will look like, I can as well film the video now. And surfing through the internet, I found that 1 in every 8 girl child is abused before the age of 18. 1 in every 24 boys abused before the age of 18. 90% of abused victims or victim of such abuse, they end up with trauma, they end up with depression, one mental health issue or the other, or they abuse drugs, they abuse alcohol, pornography, name it. And unfortunately, 95% of abused victims under the age of 18 actually know their perpetrator. They have like a personal relationship with their perpetrator. Sorry if it looks like I'm distracted. I'm looking at my mirror to know when any of my sisters come around, like the ladies I have the meeting with. So they know their perpetrators, their family members or friends or neighbors or just someone that they trust or their parents trust. So that should tell you how dangerous the world around us is, especially with the innocence of children. So based on my experience, based on the experience of my sisters, of my close friends, of things I've read online, I've picked up, will I say, ways that I feel I can, or that I believe I can protect my 3-year-old daughter from being a victim of this sick behavior. The number one thing I would say I live by is not to use nicknames for some body parts. Yes, they are private parts, but not to give it nicknames, because I believe, and a few persons I've spoken to, we believe that when you nickname it, you make it feel like it's something, it's a part of their body they are supposed to be ashamed of. I mean, you call it head, you call it eyes, you call it nose. So why do you get to all these parts and call it different name? PP, wee wee, your wee wee. I don't even know what those names are, if you ask me. But I feel like if you're teaching your child every part of their body, call every part what they really are. Whatever the name is, just call it by that, and, you know, don't try and call it something else. I believe that if there's nothing wrong with saying what this part of the body is, what this organ is, they'll feel more comfortable about, you know, talking about it and not being ashamed of, you know, that particular body part. Another thing I would say is open communication, no boundaries, talk about anything. I know it's going to be more difficult for us because of how we were raised. Like, you can't have intimate conversation about intimacy. Even as an adult, I struggle to have conversation about intimacy with my mom. So I know that it's going to be tough, but we just have to leave our comfort zone. If we're open about it, if we're direct about anything, it will be easier for our children to talk to us about such. It will be easier for them to understand, you know, what is to be done to their body and what shouldn't be done to their body. It will help them understand. I believe it will help them understand boundaries better, and to be able to communicate with you better. Like, someone touches them inappropriately, they will not feel ashamed to come and talk to you about it, because you guys have already broken down every wall. So they are not ashamed about any kind of conversation. They are not ashamed of, you know, how they felt about someone, or how, you know, their body is feeling when they're around someone. They will be able to have any kind of conversation with you. So I believe the second thing is to have open communication lines, you know, talk about anything at any point in time with your child. The third thing I would say is to teach them boundaries, especially your sons, is to teach them boundaries. Let them understand that there are some parts of their body someone shouldn't touch and they shouldn't touch someone else's body. First of all, before I continue, I need to say that sexual abuse isn't just between adult and a child. Like, children can abuse themselves. An older child can abuse a younger child, and vice versa. And isn't just between opposite genders. Unfortunately, it could be between same gender and things like that. So we have to teach boundaries, right? Teach your children that when people touch this part of your body, it is absolutely wrong. Tell them not to, or come and talk to me about it. And you yourself, don't touch someone else here. And I would like to say, we can't just teach it, we also have to practice it. I see that we sometimes force children to be friendly with adults, and I think that's completely wrong. You will never catch me saying, hug uncle now, telling my daughter, hug uncle now. If she does not want to hug you, she does not want to hug you. If she does not want, as a matter of fact, I don't even want her sitting on your lap. I don't care who you are. So I think we need to also practice boundaries. If a child does not want to hug you, even if it's your child, if I want to hug my daughter and kiss her and she's saying no, I will let her be. Because if I force her, she's probably going to grow up thinking being forced is okay. I mean, my mom used to force herself or force me to kiss her. So when you love someone, it's okay for them to force themselves on you, and that is absolutely wrong. So even with your child, you practice boundaries. If you feel like hugging your child and child does not want to hug, leave now, rest. You will not die. If an uncle or an auntie comes and wants to hug your child and your child is not interested, do not force that child. I know, yes, it's important that we teach our children to be polite. So, and that is why the safest thing, as far as I'm concerned, is a high five. Like, the only thing I owe you is to tell my child to give you a high five. But if you want a hug, sorry, you dialed the wrong number. So yes, we have to teach them boundaries and we have to practice boundaries around them. I don't think there's anything okay or that makes it okay for your son to be smacking your bum. I think that is completely wrong. If your husband or your significant other needs to stop doing it in your child's presence, then please, like, we also have to respect boundaries with ourselves as an adult, because children, they learn by example. They learn what they see. So if my husband is trying to kiss me in front of my child and I'm refusing, he needs to respect that. He needs to respect that no, and not try to go further and force himself to kiss me. So that's another point. Sorry guys, I had to turn on the AC. The place was getting too hot. Another point is to explain consequences. Children have curiosity and they will need to feed their curiosity, right? So if you just tell a child don't do this, that is when they will want to do it. I know I was like that a lot as a child. So it's best to teach consequences, to explain consequences of their actions, of getting intimate at the wrong time at a young age, because we're not just talking about teaching them to protect them from abuse, to also protect them from their own curiosity. So you explain to them what will happen if they do this at so time, so that their curiosity is watered down a little bit, hopefully. And the fifth thing I try to live by, or I know would prevent such, is I think nudity around children also exposes their mind to things that they are not supposed to be exposed to, especially when your child is of the opposite sex. I do not see any reason why Nora should still be seeing her father naked, it's to me it's completely wrong. So I don't see any reason why if I have a boy, why he should be seeing me naked. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I know some parents, even their 10-year-old son, some mothers, even no shade, no judgment, but your 10-year-old son seeing you naked, your 12-year-old son seeing you naked, I mean, he's preteen, he's already at puberty age, he's already feeling things, he's already having thoughts, and you're exposing him to what exactly by allowing him see you naked? I think it's completely wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it is completely wrong for your child to be seeing you naked, especially your child of opposite gender, at a particular age. Yes, maybe your 1-year-old, your 6-month-old son can still see you naked as a mom, But I don't even understand why my 3-year-old, 4-year-old boy should still see me naked, let alone 10, let alone 12. So I think all this kind of thing also exposes their, as in it feeds their thoughts, their curiosity, their urges, and they might act on it the wrong way. So these are just the 5 things that I try to live by to ensure that my daughter is protected the best way that I can. I don't have it all figured out. I mean, I'm still a first-time mom. Like, I still have 1 child and she's just 3, so I've only been doing this for 3 years, so I'm still learning on the job. But I just felt like, I don't know, after the conversation I had with a friend sharing her experience with a child that she knows about, I just felt the need to come and share this here, because based on what she said, I'm not blaming the parents, but what happened could have been avoided. Another thing I'd like to point out is that it does not take a village, or rather your village shouldn't be a high number of people to raise your child. You are the sole caregiver of your child. It is your job. First and foremost, it is your job. And I know, yes, you cannot do it on your own. I am not doing it on my own. I need help. I get help. But let's not confuse it takes a village to literally mean it takes a village. The world has gone so bad that I don't see why you should trust your child with just anybody. Like, forget blood relation, forget friends, we go way back. You don't know what is in the mind of people. There are sick people that we dine with that we have no idea how sick they are. So it does not take a village. Please, I feel like when it comes to raising your child, you should keep your circle as small as possible when it comes to raising your child. So please, I do not believe that it takes a village. Based on the recent story I heard, it could have been avoided if the parents were more intentional about raising their daughter, if they were more careful, if they, you know, really knew what they were doing. What happened wouldn't have happened. So judging by that story, I will have to add to the fact that it does not take a village to raise a child. It takes just you and a few number of people that you completely trust with your life. If I have doubts about my safety around you, why should I leave you with my child? As in, it's just, I feel like I'm getting emotional and I'm going off point in this conversation. But please, I know it takes the grace of God. We can't all do it all by ourselves. And I'm repeating words over and over again, but please guys, I hope I've made sense. I really hope I've made sense. But abuse is something that hits close to home. Every time I read about it, every time I hear about it, it's a trigger for me. So I just felt it's about time I have this kind of conversation on my YouTube channel. And please, if you know any other tip that I or any parent that'll be watching this video can live by to protect their child from abuse, from this sick human being that we unfortunately have living around us, please share it in the comment section. It will mean a lot to me, because like I said, I am learning on the job. I don't have it all figured out. I am learning on the job, and I would love to learn from you guys too. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.